But even so, I'm not gonna give up.
You're even worse than the rest of these damn rejects, you quirkless wannabe!
Is it possible to become a hero even if I don't have a quirk?
Opportunity. A chance to shine. To show what you're really made of.
Finally, after many attempts, I am finally able to put out the My Hero Academia review that you all have been waiting for this entire time. And I have to seriously apologize because the one reason of this delay was because I was supposed to do it with my friend Mandy. However, life events have occurred in her life, and no matter how many times we tried to plan to get together to do this review, there was going to be absolutely no way, shape, or form that it was going to happen. And for that, I am terribly sorry. And we've kind of have to come to the conclusion where, in the end, we could not get together to do this review. And I had to tell her that there was just no way. There was no way. And now with the release of Season 5 coming out in literally like 7 days, I'm kind of running out of time here. So with that, I do apologize. So to all of you guys, thank you guys so much for sticking out and just patiently waiting, because the reason why we are doing this My Hero Academia was because I reached 100 subscribers, and a good 67% of you guys voted on Twitter that you guys want me to review My Hero Academia. So with that, thank you for that. So with that being said, let's move on to review My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is a series that was produced by Toho Animation and Bones, and it was based on the manga by Kohei Horikoshi. Sorry if I said that name wrong. And it was announced in 2016 that it was going to be turned into an anime, and Funimation announced the exclusive international rights to it. So the synopsis of My Hero Academia is pretty basic. It is about a quirkless boy by the name of Izuku Midoriya who wants to become a hero based on his idol All Might. My Hero Academia consists of 4 seasons and 2 movies. I'm not going to be reviewing the movies. That's something that I'll be doing at a later time because I think it just deserves its own review by itself. And I'm not even going to bother bringing up the spoiler warning because I'm sure everybody knows the story of My Hero Academia now. So with this being a very long series, I'm going to break the reviews down into 4 separate videos. So we are going to start with the very basic Season 1. The series does start with an interesting prologue. One day in Quig, China, a quote, luminescent baby was born with a unique power called a quirk. Then around the world as time passed, humanity started to obtain quirks, and people realized that their dreams of being heroes could become a reality with these powers. Now 80% of the world is comprised of superhumans, and people's dreams of being heroes became a profession which is under the spotlight. End quote. We move our focus to Izuku Midoriya, who dreams on becoming a hero just like his hero, All Might. Here's the problem. Izuku was born quirkless. He has been bullied numerous times by his childhood friend Katsuki Bakugo, whose quirk is explosion. After an uneventful afternoon after school, Midoriya sees that Bakugo is being held hostage by a villain. Not thinking, Midoriya moves to save his friend, but Midoriya's idol All Might jumps in and saves the day, and importantly, saves Midoriya and Bakugo. Midoriya and All Might meet and express to Midoriya that he was inspired by the boy's bravery to rescue his friend. With that, All Might proposes to Midoriya that he can become a hero as well. All Might explains that Midoriya can be in possession of his power, One for All. One for All is a power that can be passed down, and he has selected Midoriya as the new One for All bearer. For 10 months, Midoriya has been training his body to become stronger. The reason for this is because should Midoriya take the power of One for All now, he will not be able to survive. All Might trains and becomes a mentor to Midoriya, and after vigorous training on the beach, All Might gives a strain of his hair to Midoriya, which holds All Might's DNA and his power. Midoriya eats the hair and needs the power immediately as the UA entrance exam begins in a few hours. Upon arrival, Midoriya shows up at UA along with Bakugo and a girl that Midoriya meets on the way named Ochako Uraraka. Inside, we meet one of the teachers, President Mike, who explains about the entrance exam. It starts with a practical exam and then a written test. The goal of the practical test is to take down as many villains, which are robots in this case, and gain a high score. From start to finish of the practical exam, Midoriya has not once been able to take down any robots. Midoriya sees Uraraka's leg get stuck underneath the rebel. The same shock from before runs its course inside Midoriya, running to go save her, and he uses his one for all to destroy a big blow to the robot. Izuku's body goes into shock, resulting in his legs and right arm to be broken. Before Midoriya can fight to continue, the test is declared over. A week later, Midoriya receives a letter from UA. Once he opens the letter, it displays a screen of All Might telling him that he is a new faculty member at UA, and delivering news to Midoriya that he was not able to score any points, which should result Midoriya to fail and not be accepted. However, he shows Midoriya a footage between President Mike and Uraraka. Uraraka is asking President Mike if she can share her points with Midoriya because of his attempt to rescue her. All Might confirms that Midoriya received 60 rescue points. All Might does announce that Midoriya has passed and has been accepted to UA. The first day of UA is an uneventful one for Midoriya. Midoriya, to much of his displeasure, sees Bakugo in his class, along with Tenya Ida. Ida gives praise to Midoriya for understanding the tests, admitting that he is much better than him. Uraraka also appears, revealing to him that she is in the same class. Upon making an unusual appearance is Mr. Shota Aizawa and tells the students to meet them outside.
If you're just here to make friends, then you can pack up your stuff now. Welcome to UA's Hero Course.
Once outside, Mr. Aizawa announces that he will have the students take a quirk apprehension test to test out their quirk's potential. If a student falls in last place, the student is not only deemed hopeless, but immediately expelled from UA, shocking Midoriya, as more than likely, he's going to be the one to end up last place. After completing a series of tests, it is Midoriya's turn to perform the pitch. The pitch is throwing the ball as high or as fast as you can go. Before Midoriya could try to use One for All, his quirk suddenly fails, which reveals to Midoriya that his teacher, Mr. Aizawa, is actually the erasing hero, Eraserhead.
Class 1A's homeroom teacher, Shota Aizawa. He can erase the quirk of anyone he looks at, but the effect ends when he blinks.
You're wasting my time now.
He proclaims to Midoriya that his quirk does have a negative setback, and when used improperly and on the field, no one will come to his aid. Midoriya attempts to throw the ball again, but this time he concentrates his power only on one finger rather than his whole body, sending the ball sky high in the air. Mr. Aizawa shows the class the results and also that the expulsion rule was a complete lie.
And I was lying. No one's going home. That was just a rational deception to make sure you gave it your all in the tests.
Bakugo, not thrilled with the score that Midoriya received from the pitch test, attempted to attack Midoriya, but Mr. Aizawa intervenes with his binding scarf. Mr. Aizawa dismisses the class for the rest of the day. The next day comes, and the school day consists of bookwork in the morning, and in the afternoon is hero training. Entering All Might in his hero form, he instructs Class 1A to change into their costumes. The students in All Might are preparing for the trial of battle. The students will be split and team up between heroes and villains on a 2-on-2 battle. The goal of the trial of battle is the villains will be protecting the nuclear weapon, planning to deploy it, while the heroes must either reach the weapon or stop the villains before time runs out. The first group consists of Midoriya and Uraraka playing the role of heroes, versus Bakugo and Ida playing the role as villains. Summarizing the battle, Midoriya and Bakugo had a throwdown, still irritated that Midoriya made it to UA and claimed that Midoriya has lied to Bakugo about being quirkless. With the explosion caused by Bakugo, Uraraka and Ida can feel the effect upstairs. All Might warns Bakugo that if he continues his recklessness, he will have to stop the battle. Of course, not listening, Bakugo continues on, but Midoriya redirects the attack. Midoriya uses an all-for-one attack called Detroit Smash on the ceiling, which destroys the floor that Ida and Uraraka are standing on. Uraraka grabs a pillar and smashes the debris towards Ida as she leaps in the air due to her quirk, zero gravity, jumping over Ida and grabbing the nuclear weapon, resulting Uraraka and Midoriya to be the winners. Yet we get a very cute, funny scene with Ida that explains why he was VIP for the battle.
Ida was fully prepared for his opponent's arrival. He had a strategy and never lost sight of his mission to protect the dummy weapon, even if he was foiled in the end.
We are gifted with a montage by seeing the rest of Class 1A as we learn a little bit more about the students and their quirks. After being healed by Recovery Girl, Midoriya returns back to his class, earning some praise from his classmates. He asks where Bakugo has gone, learning that he already left. Midoriya meets up with Bakugo before he leaves, telling him that he was given his quirk by someone. Bakugo still makes a claim to Midoriya that he's going to be the future #1 hero. Some time has passed, and Mr. Aizawa announced that the class will need to choose a class representative. Ida makes a reasonable request that they can all vote for it, despite seeing the desperation on his face on wanting the role himself.
We will hold an election to choose our leader.
It's pretty obvious you want us to vote for you.
The vote stands that Midoriya becomes the class representative and Momo Yaoyorozu is vice class representative. During lunch, Midoriya expresses that he isn't sure about the role, but Ida assures him that he will be fine. This is where we learn about Ida's background, including his older brother Tensei Ida, who is the famous Ingenium, and he is the famous hero in the Ida family. Before long, the security sirens go off in the school, indicating that someone has broken in. Realizing the cause, which is the mass media, Ida tries to reason with his classmates but to no avail. He seeks the help from Uraraka to make him float. Uraraka makes contact with him with hand contact as Ida floats in the air while he uses his boost onto the emergency board. As he shouts out that it is only the media outside and to not cause any more panic. Realizing Ida's actions, Midoriya makes the announcement that he is going to resign his position and handing the title of class representative to Ida. Accepting the position, Ida is officially class representative of Class 1A. The class head to an unforeseen simulation joint, or the USJ. The students meet a pro hero who is Space Hero 13, specializing in rescue, explains that the students' quirks are used for rescuing and how dangerous a person's quirk could be if used incorrectly. Before training could begin, Mr. Aizawa noticed a black and purple portal opening up and many villains are coming through, stating out loud that this is a real fight and that these are real villains. A particular villain by the name of Tomura Shigaraki expresses that All Might was supposed to be at the USJ according to his schedule. Mr. Aizawa realizes that the big commotion with the press the other day was indeed villains that infiltrated the barrier. Mr. Aizawa fights the villains as 13 leads the students away until another villain appears, introducing himself as Kurogiri. He uses his quirk to teleport most of the students to other locations of the USJ. The students team up to fight against the villains. 13 realizes that all communication to the outside has been cut off. She instructs Ida to leave and get to UA, informing the faculty and to bring them to the USJ. Ida was first hesitant to go, but with enough encouragement from his peers, he dashes off to the school. Kurogiri attempts to stop Ida a few times, but gets assistance from Shoji, Uraraka, and Sato to slow Kurogiri down. Once Ida successfully leaves, Kurogiri says out loud that they need to get away. The fight continues on. We switch between seeing a couple of students with their own battles against the villains. Before Shigaraki retreats, he plans to knock out some of the students to hurt All Might's pride, but not before suddenly All Might appears. He explains that he met up with Ida and he hurries to the USJ while Ida heads towards the UA to get the faculty. After some time later, Ida returns with the UA faculty. The teachers step in to help the students and assist with All Might. Shigaraki decides to call it quits for now and retreats, making a plan on how to take down Midoriya. Phew, so that is actually Season 1 by itself. I know that's a lot of information, and there was only 13 episodes? This is just a whole summary of what happened in Season 1. So season 1 is just kind of like a opening to know a little bit about the key characters, including Midoriya, Ida, Uraraka, Todoroki, and of course we're going to see more of them later. Season 1 to me felt kind of like a slow start, but at the same time we did get that fast-paced track that I like, while we were able to obtain some information and understand why this is so important and how it could be used later in future seasons. So what do you guys think of season 1 of My Hero Academia? Let me know in the comments below. Again, this is a long series. Right now we have like 88 or 89 episodes of My Hero Academia, and all the information I gave you, it's only 12 or 13 episodes. I think the rest of the seasons are like 22, 23 episodes. I don't recall. I don't know. That's just a lot in one shot. So tonight I'm only posting just season 1 of My Hero Academia. I'll work on trying to get season 2, 3, and 4 out before season 5. This is going to be a very, very long one. So thank you guys so much for your patience. And I'm sorry we had to break it down like this, but this is all I can do for now. I'm doing this review by myself, and that's what is making this very challenging. But I appreciate you guys waiting, and I appreciate the numbers going up while I put in other reviews out for your entertainment. So thank you guys so much, and look forward to the other seasons of My Hero Academia that I'm going to review. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for stopping in and taking a listen at Cyntillating Reviews. What do you guys think of today's review? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to Cyntillating Reviews, help me make it grow. I want to see something come out of this. If you want to be notified for personal videos or all of my content, make sure you click that bell down below. I also have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter where I'll post pictures and I'll keep putting up polls and updates on upcoming content. Too many people have lost their lives, and too many of my family members have been affected by this. I am asking you to understand that our simplest prevention is our biggest protection. Take care of yourselves and others as you practice social distancing, washing hands, and staying at home. Let's try to make the world better by starting to make us better to reduce the spread of COVID-19. See you later on another day.